Shortly after birth, I was found alone. I went to a foster home and was later adopted. My birth mother drank alcohol during pregnancy, and since I have brain damage from fetal alcohol syndrome, nothing in life has ever been easy.
Although children, teens, young adults with fetal alcohol syndrome have a brain disorder, they still have strengths, and it's important to identify what is it that they do well, and then build upon that.
In middle school, Andrew, one of Craig's 6 adopted children, all with special needs, began showing real promise as a runner. So he signed up for cross country.
I went to pick Andrew up from the first practice, and the coach called me over and said, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think Andrew can take directions, and I'm not sure if we can have him out here. I just took a little breath and said, I appreciate your concern. I will be here at the end of practice every day to pick Andrew up. We'll keep working on things at home, but you can expect to see my son every day at practice.
The Petersons went back that next day and the day after that. At Andrew's first ever cross-country meet, he came in second. He ran through junior high and high school and earned 4 varsity letters in cross-country.
Andrew's very competitive. Andrew likes to win. He learned early on in elementary school that sports with too many people and too many rules could be fun, but he couldn't be competitive. But when he ran, people noticed. The goal then was finding opportunities for Andrew to have success.
And one of the areas where Andrew has found tremendous success is with the Special Olympics.
We did Special Olympics track. Andrew won all the events at the area meet, won all the events at the state meet, which he's continued to do for the past 12 years since. Pretty quickly, everyone knew who Andrew Peterson from Indianapolis was.
All told, he's won more than 65 gold medals and, alongside his brother Michael, raised thousands of dollars. But perhaps just as important, the Special Olympics has helped a young man, largely nonverbal until early elementary school, find his voice.
What you might expect as being a person's inability, it quite often turns out to be a strength. And with Andrew, while communication may never have been something people considered to be a strength of his, once he found his voice, his capacity to convey what Special Olympics means to him is beyond anybody that I've heard talk about the organization.
Each person with an intellectual disability is not a nobody, but a somebody.
For several years now, Andrew has served as an athlete and an advocate, giving talks to groups around the state, like this one at the DePauw chapter of Sigma Chi.
Today, I still love to run. I practice 6 days a week with runners faster than me.
A few years ago, Andrew's natural abilities and love of running inspired a new challenge, marathons. And it didn't take long for him to identify a goal considered impossible by many, just not by Andrew and his dad.
We've always had reasonable goals for Andrew, and we thought if the best marathoners run in Boston, we're going to run in Boston.
But the Boston Marathon's not like most races. You can't just sign up. You have to qualify.
So he ran that first marathon in 3 hours and 15 minutes, which is a very respectable time for your very first marathon. But the Boston qualifying standard is 3 hours and 5 minutes for Andrew's age group. When Andrew missed the first time he ran the marathon, we were approached by the Special Olympics organization in Massachusetts, who receives a number of non-qualifying bibs. They were reserving one of those for Andrew.
Good job, Andrew. Good job. Good job.
Andrew's response was, I want to make it on my own. There's been one Special Olympics athlete who's made it to Boston, and that was 35 years ago. Andrew wanted to be the second.
The first was a woman named Loretta Claiborne. Born partially blind, she was unable to walk or talk until the age of 4. She eventually ran 26 marathons, placing twice among the top 100 women in Boston. To qualify, and to follow in Loretta's footsteps, Andrew would need to average just under 7 minutes per mile for just over 26 miles. In 2017, at the Carmel Marathon, he came agonizingly close.
He was 44 seconds short of qualifying.
I was heartbroken. I cried to think how hard a person works to come that close to a goal and not realize it. And I had to ask Andrew, what are you going to do? And Andrew had a great answer. He says he's going to run faster the next time.
So Team Peterson set their sights on the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon and began looking for a solution to one of Andrew's biggest issues, pacing.
Being able to pace yourself so you're not going out too fast is incredibly important. Andrew can read a watch,
10, you got it, brother. Let's go.
but understanding that concept of time, he struggles.
What Andrew needed was a personal pacer, and November Project was the first place they looked. Craig and Andrew had been working out with the Indy chapter of this national exercise group, and while it was full of accomplished, motivated runners, there was one small problem.
There you go, Andrew. Great job. Great job.
None of the local members here could run fast enough to keep up with Andrew, but they reached out and they found someone from Wisconsin to come down. So here we were putting our entire belief in that this man named Justin Daselsky, who we'd spoken to a couple times on the phone, never met, would be able to connect with Andrew and pace him to be around 3 hours.
As it turns out, they were a perfect fit.
Right off the bat, Justin was saying, Andrew, pull back. Justin essentially acted as Andrew's external brain for that 26.2 miles. And his split times through the race, not only is he on pace, he just keeps getting faster. Andrew just looked like he was ready to conquer the world.
Official time, 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 33 seconds. Andrew Peterson had qualified for the Boston Marathon with more than 7 minutes to spare.
Everything fell into place perfectly, and for a young adult who has a disability, that was just huge for Andrew to be able to say, like, nothing went wrong today.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
Andrew's achieved so many things over the years, but what makes me the most proud about Andrew is just the man that he's become, that he's always willing to help somebody out.
As Andrew marches forward with this quest to run faster and farther, he is changing people's minds about the way they think about people with intellectual disabilities. Most people who are involved in Special Olympics are known for and thought about for what they can't do. But Andrew's at the cutting edge of helping people understand that given the right circumstances, people can accomplish things you don't expect them to.